so today I've been doing page 160 in the Wasp with a couple of students, and I thought I'd do a video because it's something that I know lots struggle with, and it's the little ending, the ly, the li. So, you know, obviously you'll see that lots in English. When we add li to an adjective, it usually changes it to an adverb. I don't want to go too much into the grammar side of it because I'm more concentrating on when it comes to spelling, because that's in particular where they really struggle. So I'll show you some examples of when they have struggled here. So as you could see there, it's quite surprising because they didn't struggle with spelling angry, merry, happy. It was when it became angrily, merrily, happily that they really struggled. So they've absolutely not grasped the concept of what we do when we add li to words. So you can see on page 160, they're the instructions for you as a coach. So it's obviously explaining what you're going to be doing on this exercise. We're teaching the students about adding the ly to words. And on page 161 is the exercises that you'll do with your students. So first column, we'll go down reading these. So we want them to see joyful, joyfully, painful, painfully, etc. And you know, lots don't have any problem when it comes to reading these, but it's explaining them to the, obviously joyful is the root word, base word. I say root word quite a lot, so I want them to concentrate on spelling joyful. Then when we add the li, joyfully, it ends up with two L's, one Y. So again, lots of students will say to me, oh, I can never remember, is it double L? Is it one L? So I always say to them, what's the base word? Oh, joyful. That ends with an L. Then joyfully, we add ly. And they get to grips with that, okay. It does get a little bit tricky when, like we said, it comes to spelling angrily, merrily, because what they need to understand is if the root word, the base word angry, if that ends with a Y, we change the Y to an I, then we simply put ly. And that's all we're doing. So I know it sounds like sometimes it's got lots of extra syllables, and they add like angrily, they'll go angrily, and add lots of little extra bits on. Really get them to concentrate. What's the base? What's the root word? Angry. You've spelt that fine, and you know how to spell that. So when we come to spell angrily, we just simply put the ly. But we can't do that to words that end with Y. We change it to an I, then we put the ly. All of this is just giving them some structure to hold on to. It's helping them to explain that, you know, all these spellings might look tricky, but it's applying structure. We're thinking base word, then we're thinking the ly. Gives them something to hold on to. So let's talk about the word definitely, which is a word that I see spelled wrong loads of time. Everyone seems to spell this wrong. Get different attempts like... So those spelling attempts are really quite common. So basically they're using, instead of the I, they're using an A. Sometimes it's used with an E, or other different ways as well. And it is quite tricky because it's got that schwa sound in, and I won't go too much into that in this video because that's for another video when we've talked about the schwa, and basically it's just a lazy vowel, and you can hear that in the base word definite because we sort of hear the rather than definite. So spelling voice, which I use quite a lot, and I'll say to my students, like, what is a good spelling voice for definite? And we'll look at it and it would be definite. So we can get definite down now, and then we can do the li that we've just been talking about. So definitely just gives a little bit more structure so they can concentrate on definite, and then we can put the li. So as usual, you might need to do lots of modelling, get that scrap paper, get it out, just do lots of practice showing them what's going on. So every time if they make an error, stop at that point, we're going to go back, we're going to look at what was the error that they made. Did they get the base word right? Was it the ly? Did they forget to change the Y to an I? Etc, etc. It might take a little bit of practice, this exercise, because like I say, it's quite common that people do struggle with this concept, but you know, just keep 2 consecutive ticks and keep moving on. Keep going back to it unless they've got the 2 ticks.